Alien prequel! Alien Covenant. So Alien Covenant is directed by Ridley Scott. It's a Prometheus sequel or an Alien prequel if you look at the poster. It's what we wanted in Prometheus pretty much. This movie takes place after Prometheus, and instead of Prometheus where it's like, oh, it's science expedition, this is straight up a colony mission. However, they hear a signal from this other planet, so they go to investigate. Now we have an Alien prequel. First of all, Ridley Scott, I'm gonna get the obvious over with. The movie looks great, it's so beautiful. Of course it does, it's a Ridley Scott film. Anyone who's like, the movie looked good? It's like, yeah, no shit. Is the movie good itself? That's the variable. And now, like before, there are a lot of big props. It's a grand world. There's not a lot happening in the world until they arrive. There is wheat. That's there. Just looking at the landscape and scope though, you're like, this is Ridley Scott. Because, that's right, it looks great. This movie being an Alien prequel and a Prometheus sequel, it does still hold to the fact that these people are the dumbest people when it comes to protocol ever. Ever! In all of the movies, really, you look at it, you're like, you guys make dumb calls when dangerous shit's happening. The pilot, the crew in this movie, no exception really. However, this movie is some good visual horror. You saw in the trailer, this aliens busting out of this dude's back. I was like, that... bravo. But it was super like horrifically gory shit. It was like science gory, which is the best kind of gory ever. It's like if you're gonna be gory, be science gory. It's almost like it's fringe, it's real. There are parasites out there that actually lay eggs in animals and they bust out of them. It's scary shit. There's something really primal about that. So then when you have these little things coming after them, it's like, oh, not only was that scary, but now here we are with alien-ish movies. Then you start getting the alien shit that the poster and the trailers are pitching you. However, I will say that part of it, which is really the part I came to see, happened at about the last third of the movie. Before that, it's a lot like Prometheus, where it's like, ooh, crazy thing. Let's go investigate. Let's go explore. Sciencey things. And more exploring and more questions. And it was really cool because I liked seeing the extension of the Prometheus sequel. And the movie actually, all things considered, does it really well. Michael Fassbender's in the movie again, playing a different android. Well, actually, he does play David and new android with southern accent, whose name I can't remember because I'm shit with names. I think it's Walter. If I had a robot, I would name it Walter. So if Walter became self-aware, destroyed the human race, it'd be like, the human race was killed by Walter. How rad is that? But Fassbender really does carry it. I mean, he's a really interesting dynamic, especially playing a dual role. Fassbender gives this movie the depth that you want from a movie like this in this day and age. There is an element to this movie where it more or less has a jump, and so you don't see the Prometheus payoff. Like Prometheus ends like, we gotta go here and do that thing. And that thing really isn't the point of this movie. So in that, I feel like there's a huge section of story that's just missing. Granted, it's missing for the sake of intrigue, but it is missing. I don't know, I feel like it's on the cutting room floor somewhere. I mean, the crew stands out too. I mean, they had a good cast. Granted, a lot of the crew's like, these are expendable people. It's gonna start out with a handful of people, maybe a pinch. They're gonna be the ones it concentrates on. Everyone else, like, you're gonna die somehow. Probably horrible death. Guys, in the end, Alien Covenant is an enjoyable sci-fi. I thought it was better than Prometheus personally. However, it comes down to what you came to this movie for, going to determine how satisfied you are walking out of the movie. And really, more or less, if you came here for the Prometheus sequel, you're not going to have all your fulfillment. If you came here for the Alien prequel, again, you're not going to have all your fulfillment because that really is the last third of the movie. However, it's what the movie ends with. So that's the last taste you have in your mouth. In that, it is more fulfilling. I walked out enjoying myself, pretty satisfied. I will say Alien Covenant is a good time, no alcohol required. All right, guys, I'll ask you, what's your favorite sci-fi thriller horror? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.